Morning. Sunday the 26th of March and it's the new time, 9 o'clock. So technically it's 8. Well, no, it's not technically. It would have been 8 o'clock. So I came up here this morning and I've already prepared one of these beds. And what I'm going to do, it sank right down. I'll show you the difference in a minute. The hens also got over in here. The gate blew open. The hens got into the garden and they've had a right old field day digging up the wood chip paths, and I'm going to have to get a rake and redo all of the paths and everything. But I want to get the second early potatoes in today, so I'll just spin you around and let you have a quick look at what I've done so far. In comparison to that, this is the one I've just filled up, and I think I had 6 bags of compost with seed and a bag of horse manure. So there's a full bag of horse manure, well rotted farm manure mixed in on the bottom layer. Then we put some of this on the top, then we put some on the other half a bag of cow manure, and then we put the last of the compost on the top. So that's me pretty much out of compost now. I think I've got 2 bags left for doing seeds, and I decided we would get the Kestrel's second earlies in here and another bed because there's too many potatoes here. There's 2 kilos. Right, that's it. I've got these sorted. I've got the bulb planter, and basically that's all I use for planting the potatoes. 8 holes, and 8 potatoes ready to go. These are the Kestrels. These are absolutely my favourite at the moment. These have got a lovely taste. Something completely different to anything I've had before. Grew these for the first time last year and I absolutely love these. I'll be putting plenty of these in, and I have some of my own seed potato that I kept back as well, which will be going in as well and filling these beds up. So basically this has got well rotted cow manure and 6 bags of fresh seaweed based compost, and I just put those down the side to stop the compost falling out of the bed. And I'll put a lid over this as well. I'll probably make a lid for this and put a fleece on the back side as well, so we can just sit it over once I get these planted. Similarly to these frames here, with the PVC on the outside and a heavy duty fleece on the inside, and then we'll just sit a lid over there to protect these. Still need to, these are the only 2 beds that hadn't been done. Everything else had been prepared with fish, blood and bone, brand new compost, everything at the back end of last year and or early this year. These are the only 2 beds left to do. They'll go in the compost heap and we'll get some more compost to do this one last bed. Right, so we're going to, as you can see, these Kestrels are itching to get going. So all we do is drop it in the hole, chits up, and then we'll cover them over and give them a good drink. Right, that's that 2 kilo bag of Kestrel used up. We've got all these in and covered and watered in with 2 watering cans full of water. And then I use the rest of them in here. So in these beds you could get more potatoes, but there's no point. You want decent sized potatoes, and they've got approximately a foot apart. So we've got 3, 6, 9 in these pallet beds. That's another 9 Kestrel, and then we ran out here, so I've got another 9 to go in, but 2, 4, 6, 7, we're too short to go in here, but I have my own stock here that I saved from last year. Unfortunately they're on the bottom, but the Charlottes are on the top. So I've prepared these beds as well. Another 3, 6, 9, and another 3, 6, 9, and we'll get 2 lots of Charlotte in here. I think we'll get Charlottes in this one. So we'll crack on and get these planted. Right, and this bed here is being dedicated to the KONDOR. I've been really wanting some of these for long enough to try, and the man himself, Mr. Terry King, very kindly sent me these along with the strawberries that are in this bed. here. So he sent me some sweetheart strawberries. They look amazing. Now these are runners. They may not produce this year. They may or may not. But I wanted to keep those. Those are my own strawberries in the centre. And this has stood through the gales and rain and wind. And this is a pop-up cage that I showed you on an early video. I actually was sponsored for this one. I've got another one of these. Which we possibly will use on one of the other beds, but for now the potatoes are going in all the beds first. So yeah, what I've done, I only had the 3 potatoes. I would have been happy with one. Terry very kindly sent me 3. So what I've done is I've cut them up to make 7. And as you can see, some are chitting. They've been in the dark constantly in this box here. And they're still trying to chit. So some bits have got chits on and some haven't, but you can see they're just starting to come now. So that I don't worry about chitting my potatoes. I throw them in, they'll grow. That's just my personal opinion. Once they find moisture and warmth down there, they'll start growing. So what we're going to do is put these in here now. Most of this harvest will be stock and kept for stock. If I get a good harvest and someone else wants any of these to get a start, let me know in the comments down below and we'll keep you some aside if we get a good harvest out of these. Fire this morning, another bed planted. These are Kestrel, my own seed. And you can see how really nice these potatoes have kept in this bag. Some of them are green, yes, but they're still plant and they'll grow, they'll be fine. But the majority came out really, really nice. And all of those that's in the bed, plus all of those that's in here, came from 9 little wee tiny ones last year. As a second crop, I planted those 9 deliberately to harvest to keep for stock. And it worked out very, very well, and I'm pleased I did, because I'm going to get all of these now and not need to buy any more Kestrels. You notice with the Kestrels as well, they have little purple spots all over them on the ends. That's perfectly normal for Kestrel, so don't be thinking there's something wrong with these if you grow them and they come out that colour. That is perfectly normal. It's a trait of the Kestrel potato. Right, very, very productive day, and we're finished. Tony landed up again today. Thank you very much, Tony, and we've got a cracking amount of work done. So let's just give you a quick look over the whole area now. And as you can see, it's spotless. We've got no bits of wood laying about, we've got no plastic laying about. We've levelled out the wood chip pretty decent. It's not perfect, but I've no doubt I'll find little areas it's a bit high. But we've got Tony here now. We've got this bench all cleared down again. We've got all the pots emptied into the compost bin. What was that?
I'm testing it out.
You're testing it out, yeah, you do, right. We've got all of this landing cleared now. I couldn't move on there either. It's also put me down an extra 2 flags here because the 2 flags weren't quite wide enough for this bench, so we've now got a bigger area there for the bench, and it sits on there lovely. And as you can see, he's just levelling it out now. So we've put some 4 potatoes in here for the grandchildren as well, and they've got the 4 strawberry plants. We've got all of the Charlottes in here. Charlotte in here. Kestrel. Farm potatoes from a potato bag from home. And oh yeah, I wanted to show you. So as I said, we've tidied all of this area up. We've cleared everything off here. And my little crocuses and daffodils are starting to come now. And in here we just put a few snowball turnips that desperately needed to go out. If they survive, they survive. If they don't, They don't, we'll plant some more. But all the little crocuses coming up now and the daffodils starting to show. All the trees are now starting to leaf out as well. The cherry tree. And the apple trees. Yeah, we've had a good old tidy up around here. We've got Terry King's KONDOR in there. Terry King's strawberries plus my own in that one. I have some cabbages here which we might get a little harvest off in a week or two. These ones aren't doing anything, we'll just pull them and put some of the new seeds that we've sown into there. There's some more kestrel in there. I've also filled this bed, the rest of this bed, with kestrel. We've got a few onions and garlic at that end, but the rest of this bed is filled up with kestrel. I didn't want to waste my own seed potatoes, so I've used them up now. You can see these little trees all coming into bud as well. The garlic and the onions are doing alright over here, and the red onions. I've levelled all this area out again from when the chickens had wrecked it. Got a bit of wood there, just letting the rain wash that off, and then that will be stored away. That's the last thing to be tidied off. The rhubarb's starting to come through on there, and we've put the lid back on over the carrots. So, very productive weekend. Oh, gardening as well, I may add, this weekend. It's the first time I've done some gardening, but you see how much more you can get done now that all the big jobs are out of the way. Fantastic. Next weekend I'll be able to come up and just sit on this bench where Tony's testing out for me for strength, and then I will just be able to sit there where he is. Well, unless it's pouring down or snowing. Although I'm daft enough I probably would do that as well. And I might just do it for the hell of it, just to see I can sit on my bench. So yeah, absolutely cracking weekend again. Thanks again to Tony for all of his hard work. I really do appreciate it. And finally, we've reached a place where little and often now is all it's going to be. Good lad. Good boy. Yeah. Right. So I've just arrived back home. I forgot I hadn't done the final roundup. So again, massive productive weekend, and I think I'm about caught up now. I've just got all these videos to sort through. Rather than uploading loads and loads of videos backdated, I'll try and just take clips out of each one's to bring you right up to date, or as near as damn it in over 2 videos, because there's that much footage, in spite of losing 3 full days videos as well. And I don't know what you've seen anymore now. But I'll try and get the footage up and let you see where we're at. Right, again, thanks for all your likes, comments, dislikes, subscriptions, suggestions, donations. It's always appreciated, guys. And wherever you are in the world, please stay safe and be practical. Keep yourselves out of harm's way. Thanks again for watching, and we'll see you again in the next video.